hi. Choo 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 choo. Chum chara chum chum cha chara chara. Okay. Boom 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 boom. Ba 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 boom. La 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 la. Na 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 na. Is this how the game will start now every time there is a new character on the banner? Spindle! Laboring to weave the tapestry of time. Watch later. I don't want story recap. I still didn't finish quests. This. I need to do it. But, well, I care more about... Oh, there are two POV. Where I... Second anniversary! Yesterday I was farming for my baby aventurine and I didn't realize that I was farming for no reason because this was disabled yesterday. Because I am stupid, I guess. New reward. Oh, cool. Wait. What did you give me just now? Oh, so it counted even yesterday. Cool. Oi oi. Oi 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 oi. Oi 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 oi. Past self in a mirror. Ooh, nice. I'll be finally able to buy some of the recommended light cones for my people if I have the currency. I need this and this. Maybe even this. Oh, you can buy them all? How much currency? Hey, don't glitch. Ugh. I hope it won't be a pattern now, like before, that the cutscenes got bad. What are those? Cherish it like obtain the specific number of oneric shards to claim rewards. Okay. I have to purchase to obtain this. Why? This is an anniversary. Why do you want me to buy stuff? You assholes. This is so unfair. I quit. Jesus. This is not an anniversary. This is a ripoff. This is a ripoff. That's the truth. At least here I get something for free. Passenger Talia. Time sure does fly, huh? It's already about to be the 2nd anniversary from the time the Express got back on the track of the Trailblaze. Special days must also have special blessing. What do you mean, which companion's blessings do I want to get? Uh-huh. I don't know who to pick, to be honest. Super Sales Day. Fuck you. Second anniversary celebration? Celebration event? What the fuck? Claim. Golden Companion Spirit. After claiming this, you can exchange for 5-star characters such as Locha and One Night. I already have them. Do I have to use it specifically for them? Will it cycle through because I can see other characters behind? Aha! So you can max their Eidolons that way. Dear Trailblazer, your companion boat the Express are waiting for you to take the journey by their side and re-embark on your cosmic adventure. Uh-huh. Okay, aptitude showcase. She's a remembrance? science character? That's unexpected. I don't want her though. I am scared of her. Wait a sec. Okay. Oh, I have to remove someone. What if you don't pick 7 characters? Ah, you can. You have to. They thought about it. Anyway, let's go to the mission. Where's my mission? Where's my mission plane? Oh, I have a message from Fine that I didn't read. Hey buddy, you there? Yep. Wow, instant reply, I'm touched. No, it was not instant. With all that's gone down recently, I thought we could talk. The failed trial, the Grove Mighty and the Kremlons, and seeing Trivi's memories, all of it. Good thing we crushed them all. About time we got paid. Lol. Promise me that you won't laugh at this. Honestly, even though we made it through everything, seeing Trivi's memories just left me with more questions. That person alone will witness the miracle. Doesn't sound like a good ending, does it? Why did everyone choose to become demigods even after knowing the price? For the sake of Amphoria's future? They did it for you? I should have asked Mighty about his reasons before he left. But now he's taken all the glory and all the cool spotlights. You have to rely on yourself. So, it's the competitive spirit talking. Just kidding. Well, I think I feel a bit better about all this now. I've learned a lot from this conversation. I'll go over what we said in my own time. Thanks, buddy. We're Amphoria's only hope. Oh wait, there's Dan Hunk too. All three of them. He's so sad that Mighty is not here. What are you doing here, Robin?
The feeling of relaxation is so nice. Ever since I stepped into the spotlight, I have especially treasured peaceful moments like this.
Feel free to come here to relax.
Thank you. I hope the next time I come, I won't disturb anyone. From this angle, I can see a brilliant river of stars. It's mesmerizing. When I was younger, I didn't know what weariness was. Even at night, I was restless. I'd always drag my brother along to count the stars. The more stars I counted, the more energetic I got. Whenever that happened, my brother would hum a lullaby for me. Halfway through the song, I would already be asleep. Days of youth are fleeting, but those shining memories are gifts of growing up, and they deserve to be treasured forever.
Okay, let's go to the eternal city of Okama. Waited 20 minutes for this.
This haven of memories. Every touch, every moment is like a thorned rose.
Kapale is so huge. I didn't realize he was so huge, actually. What is that place though? I always wonder what is that place. Like, is it part of Amphorius or is it like the promised land or something? Aw. Investigate. Trivius memory has unveiled the very first prophecy. All shall bid farewell to one, and that person alone will witness the miracle, such is the will of fate. Only one shall live till the end, and they alone will witness Era Nova. I don't like that! I don't like that prophecy. If I take on Oronik's trial, will the prophecy come to pass for me as well? Regardless, I must give Aglaya an answer. Some time ago.
Ah, it's you, Cass. I finished the anthology of poems you lent me. Here it is.
I thought you'd be too preoccupied to find time for reading.
Why are you suddenly gay?
Precisely because of these obligations, I felt compelled to read it swiftly.
Wouldn't all these preoccupations slow your pace?
On the contrary, knowing that time is limited can push one to overcome their limitations. The weight of these responsibilities seems to have enhanced my reading efficiency.
I understand completely. During my time at the Grove, the closer exams drew, the more efficient I became at tackling everyday mundane tasks. Anything but my actual studies.
Precisely. As I remember, you and Finon were both disciples of the new Sporists. I assume that Anaxa's exams were as unreasonable as the man himself. Correct?
The courses Professor Anaxa taught were Introduction to Alchemy and History of Mythology. And to be perfectly honest, those two courses were the students' greatest nightmares.
I will drop out so quickly.
The history of mythology taught by the blasphemous great performer himself. I can imagine their fear.
Lol.
Now that I think about it, students would often rush to the podium during class to challenge him on those blasphemous ideas.
Lol. Maybe that was the point.
May I ask, Lady Aglaya, has your relationship with Professor Anaxa always been like this?
He openly dismisses people's faith and questions the very justification of the flame chase journey. Our positions have been destined to be at odds. While you were studying there, I assume you must have heard of his nickname.
A Dromus draped in finery?
They were naming him after the animal that is most commonly used to drag people's things around. That is also huge and probably not very supple, or you know, like an elephant in the pottery room.
As I see it, this nickname is more of an insult to the Dromas. Despite his insufferable arrogance, I do hold a certain respect for his nature as a scholar. To remain true to his principles, he is unafraid to stand opposed to the world, and that requires considerable resolve. Anaxagoras' life is almost like a satire. As a Chrysos heir, he refuses to heed the prophecy, while he disrespects the gods.
The gods have chosen him.
He was indeed chosen by Circes.
Lol.
Is something weighing on you, Cass? The golden thread is quivering. I sense there's more to this exchange than idle chatter.
With all due respect, I'd like to know what you plan to do with him.
In light of his assistance in the battle against the Flame Reaver, I am willing to grant him some time to find a way to remove the core flame. However, if Anaxa decides to make any move that places us in danger, I will not hesitate to take extreme measures.
Just as I feared.
The Flame Chase journey is the destined path for the Chrysos heirs. Yet he now seems more like an empty shell. Given his strong sense of self-respect, I trust that Anaxagoras will make the right decision.
Still, I can't help but hope for another possibility. Perhaps Anaxa will also overcome his limitations, now that he knows time is limited.
I understand your stance. Let's continue this discussion another time. But now, let's greet our guest.
Who?
You're here.
Yeah, I am here.
Does this mean you're ready to take on Orynyx's trial?
I don't know if I am even permitted. We are ready, Ma'am and me.
It seems that this sacred beast is just as indispensable, given their intricate ties to the Titan.
Could Ma'am be called a Titankin? Like, Nikador's Titankin are those marble enemies we fought. And from one of the fanfics, I saw someone calling those little golden butterflies Mnestia's Titankin. I'm not sure if that's actually part of the lore or someone just made it up, but to be honest, it wouldn't be that far from the possibility. So could Ma'am be considered a Titankin? Though Ma'am is wielding the power of remembrance, so it more feels like Ma'am is more related to the Remembrance Ian than Orynyx.
Memmy mem, memmy mem 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 mem, memmy mem memmy mem.
Lol.
Surrendering the core flame is a Chrysos heir's duty. Your selfless assistance is deeply appreciated. However, I urge you to carefully consider the risks of accepting the trial. Becoming a demigod means forsaking your humanity. You will inherit Orynyx's divinity and bear the time of Amphorius, all on your own.
That's considering I am even a human. I was reconstructed in a laboratory? Do I even count as a human, to be honest?
From that point onward, your fate will be forever intertwined with ours, never to be separated again, until the end of Genesis.
Are you trying to talk me out of it?
On the contrary, you are the only one who qualifies to attain divinity. Yet, for that very reason, I do not wish to pressure you.
Wait, am I like the 13? Like, I know there are only 12 gods, but we know there will be 13 people now? I mean, we met a few of the Chrysos heirs, but there is more of them that we didn't meet yet. I feel like there should be at least one that is worthy of Oronix's core flame. That isn't me. Is there a plan B?
It's exceedingly rare to find a capable Chrysos heir. If this path proves unattainable, I am willing to lower my expectations.
Lol.
There are still many priests of Yanissopolis and their descendants in the city. If I'm left with no other option, I'll try to find someone worthy among them.
Why do I have a feeling that I will fail and they will find someone else? Seems like a shot in the dark. If I do not descend into hell, who will? Alright, that's it. I'm out.
Hero.
Huh.
It looks like you know that Titan rather well.
Since when do you understand mem?
Memories that exist outside of your own experiences.
Remembrance? Anyone?
I can't explain why, but I can vouch for Mem's words. When I was in the Abyss, I heard the Titan's groans, full of pain and grievances, yet without any ill will.
I trust you all to make the right call. Do I even have any say in this?
Since you've made your decision, go back to the bath chamber and get some rest. Trinen will call for you when the ceremony is ready.
I got deja vu. I feel like this conversation happened before.
It is difficult for me, as the guide, to absolve myself from blame for things to have progressed to this point. Time and again, you have risen to the occasion for Akima. Merely rewarding you with some honeydew is no longer able to express the extent of our gratitude.
I still don't know what that thing was.
When the dust settles, I hope that we'll have the chance to have a long chat regarding your return journey and the curse of the sky. It's about time that we lift the taboo and discuss things openly.
What do you mean, curse of the sky? You mean the Titan that was shooting everyone down? To be honest, when I saw how the Sky Titan looks, it looks so similar to Honkai Impact Honkai Beasts, and it's so suspicious. The other don't look that way, but the Sky Titan does.
Miss, may everything go well for you and Mem.
You need a Glaya for something too?
It's nothing. I only came to discuss some matters with Lady Aglaya. Previously, I lent her an anthology of poems that Lady Trianne had gifted to me. Tracing back, this anthology was something left for Lady Trianne by a bard before their passing. Although personal properties should be cleared out once their owner has passed on, Lady Trianne gave this book to me since she knew how much I like to read.
Can you tell me more about the book?
It just contains an allegory. In a faraway land, in a city known as Styxia, a dragon corrupted by the black tide descended one day, swooping upon the city like death itself.
So they pronounce it Styxia. Styxia? Whatever.
It swallowed the princess of the city whole before it was suppressed. After taking down the evil dragon, the warriors discovered that the princess's life had already met its end.
Oi oi.
Overwhelmed by grief, the queen hired an alchemist to resurrect the princess using the dragon's flesh and blood. However, having lost memories of her previous life, the resurrected princess turned into an evil dragon herself and wreaked havoc on the city. As a result, the prosperous Styxia met its demise.
Styxia, okay. That story sounds exactly like the story of the Bednares from Honkai Impact Bird. At least similar enough. What a dark story.
The author of this book is Archepia, a wandering bard who traveled to many cities. Among the things she left behind are poems, dictionaries, and many tragicomedy scripts. She even clearly underlined and took notes in books that covered myths with her elegant handwriting.
Does she have a dictionary of Kremnoan ancient language? We need to check if Kremnoan language really lacks that many words, after all.
While flipping through these books, I felt like I was afforded a glimpse into the life of Archepia. It felt just like I was traveling with someone that I'd never met before. It was as if she had yet to pass on and was still alive.
No one goes through life without leaving their mark behind. Some people do. I mean, some people do leave mark behind and some don't. She probably did not think much of it while she was writing.
That's right. Writing, drawing, and taking photographs. It seems like human nature to try and leave records of things. Speaking of taking photographs, when I was helping you to take the photo previously, I did not look through the photos in your photo stone out of courtesy. But I'm also very curious about the story of the Rosy Celestial Maiden.
Lol.
Despite having visited many cities in Amphorius, I still understand nothing about the world beyond the sky. If there is an opportunity... forget it. Let's talk about this in the future. For now, I only hope that you'll be able to complete the trial safely and obtain Orynyx's blessing.
Did she just raise the death flag? Did she just raise the death flag? Also, I can show you March right now. Na 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 na. Oh, Pinon is here. Pinon, what are you doing here? Citizens Assembly.
That's right. Oh, partner, you're back just in time. This is something that the both of you should probably know.
Some good news?
Good news? I wouldn't call it that.
Lol. Do you remember the Council of Elders that was on our heels previously? It seems like they have met their move.
Some background information for you. The Council of Elders is an authoritative body in Amphorius, made up of different city representatives. They hold legislative power over the Holy City, and are in charge of presiding over the Citizens' Assembly held once every few years.
Okay.
This is the most important social event of Akima. It is highly influential, and can even affect what happens to the Flame Chase journey.
So Aglaya doesn't actually call the shots?
Despite her vision and wisdom that spans across thousands of years, even she cannot win over the hearts of everyone.
I have never once passed my sociology class. Perhaps you should retake some exams next time we visit Paperfold University. Tell me more about the Citizens Assembly.
Every 5 to 10 years, the Council of Elders organizes a citizens' assembly at Dawncloud. During the assembly, the representatives will vote on major issues such as whether the Chrysos heirs led by Aglaia should still hold the right to govern the Holy City, and whether the Titan's conquest should continue.
Sounds like some sort of system to balance the heroes and the mortals.
That is correct. However, the problem lies in the fact that there are ill-intentioned extremists in the Council of Elders. They view the Citizens' Assembly as a way to restrain the Chrysos heirs and hope to take complete control over the Flame Chase journey. We can refer to them as the opposition. During the assemblies held in the past 100 years, the voices supporting the opposition have been growing stronger in the shadows. It's only thanks to Aglaia that the Flame Chase journey has been able to continue to this day. The Citizens' Assembly is just around the corner, but this time, there seems to be a new variable to the situation.
Is it us? Is it Mem? Is it Anaxa? No, although we might be mentioned, the Council of Elders has another target in mind.
I'm afraid that the Council of Elders might want to take advantage of Professor Anaxa. Aglaia will surely take back Circe's core flame, but with Anaxa's current condition, it's so unique that nobody knows how taking the core flame away from him will affect him. He has always been someone that is only concerned about his own research. I'm certain that he must want to escape from the monitoring of the Golden Thread and protect himself. If the opposition were to offer an olive branch at this time...
You suspect that he might betray the Flame Chase journey and defect toward the Council of Elders.
Anaxa has never believed in the prophecy, so technically it cannot be considered a betrayal. However, he has taught many Chrysos heirs, and has long been considered an important ally of Akuma. I truly do not wish to see comrades turning on one another.
I have a better understanding of the full picture now. Is there anything that we can do?
As I believe in his character, I plan to plead with Aglaia and try to buy more time for him. Then, the greatest way in which you can help is for you to know what I am fighting for.
We understand. Thank you for being honest with us. Things are piling up again. Talia and Mem are tied up with Oronix's trial. And while I am preparing to visit the grove to uncover clues about the world beyond the sky. Wait, what? There is a world beyond the sky? Oh yeah, they did mention something like that. Let's just take things one step at a time. I just want to rest right now. None of those things seem like they are going to be easy to deal with.
Allow me to apologize for the fact that we always seem to be troubling you. I hope that Oronix will show more benevolence and be more accommodating. I remember that they seemed quite fond of you back in the Abyss. Go and rest and regain your strength. We'll meet at the Vortex in a few days. Oh, right. You can read this scroll if you want to find out more about the Council of Elders and the Citizens' Assembly.
I need to go to the toilet though.
Resolve. You will.
Did Boguvola and Adelaida just got married? This is so gay! They got married? I am like... Okay, I am so surprised. I don't know how to read this because they got less of intelligence both and I have no idea why. Polska pierogiem. Ja myślałam, że Polska to jest kraj z kartonu, a nie kraj zrobiony z pierogów. To znaczy, że Polska to jest jak chatka tej czarownicy z Jasiej Matką. No Polska długo nie postoi w takim razie. Skoro minimum zjedzenia pierogów to jest zjedzenie całego kubła, więc Polska długo nie powstanie. Coolsteel, Ravenbow. Oh, I got Kiki instead. That's interesting. I was like saying that ice characters are always needed and now I have 3. Oh, Zoo! Oh my god! Holy fuck! This was 5th pool! 50! You remember 50! Look at this! And Harbinger of Dark. I love this sword, okay? That's cool! 2 5-star characters in one pool! What would he do if I lose?
That was amazing.
Why are you talking like this?
My mind is finally clear. I feel strong. I feel happy.
What? 1? This was not sex, but you talk as if it was. 2. It kind of sounds like it. 3. I now discovered that vampires are easy. Like, let him drink your blood and he'll be happy forever. I mean, till the next dinner. It's like a definition of being easy to date. Like, he drinks your blood and he gets the endorphins and he's like, woohoo! And you have no problems anymore.
Now Ozarama are a common sight in the city. And a common sound, too. They sure bicker a lot.
You know why I can't live down their name? Because also... Okay, I am back. Let's read this. A study of the Citizens' Assembly. Democratic politics has always fascinated citizens of different city-states and employers. When Okema was first established, its democracy was limited to a privileged minority. However, through ongoing reforms, the Okeman Citizens' Assembly took to the stage, transforming Okema's governance into a democracy for all, where the Citizens' Assembly made every major decision. It's important to note that as the Black Tide draws near and citizens from other city-states join Okema's political life, the precious rights of Okema's original citizens are becoming increasingly diluted. Consequently, voices calling for reforms with the Okeman Citizens' Assembly system grew even louder. Democracy is only one of the consequences of civilization's development rather than the cause of development. For democracy to be productive, it must appoint different rules for different societies, situations, and issues. No single rule can be optimal for all scenarios. In other words, Okema's Citizens' Assembly system will continue to evolve as this book is written. Due to time limitations, this publication focuses only on the current Okeman Citizens' Assembly, not its future developments. Readers should bear this limitation in mind. Citizenship, and citizenship policies of Okema. Before examining the Okeman Citizens' Assembly's operational mechanisms and core functions in depth, we must first address the matter of citizenship rights and citizenship policies of Okema. The elders have once noted that Okema is a collective of free citizens. Due to the substantial power citizens possess, citizenship qualifications must be strictly regulated to ensure citizens' rights. Discussions on the recognition of naturalized citizens' rights were once the foci of disputation between the leader of the Chrysos heirs and the Council of Elders. As more Amphorian city-states fell over time and as the Black Tide drew closer, citizenship rights reforms became imperative. Judging from the final outcome, citizens from all city-states have equal citizenship rights in the Holy City and can have equal participation in public matters, so crème noires also count. While social differences naturally exist between rich and poor, locals and travelers, the Holy City of Okema would not allow these social distinctions to become political divisions and will ensure complete political equality among all citizens. So they ensure everyone's right to vote and right to citizenship. Operational mechanisms of the Citizens' Assembly. Barring emergencies, Okema's Citizens' Assembly follows strict protocol when it is called. The current Council of Elders, a governmental entity made of representatives of the city-state, posts the upcoming Citizens' Assembly agenda and venue, usually down cloud in the Holy City, at the Wall of Heroes before each meeting. Usually, topics are proposed by Council of Elders members before the Assembly and become official Assembly items after receiving majority Council approval. The Council predetermines which matters to address and when. Once confirmed, the Council Chairman hands over the agenda to the Council of Elders Assembly Chair, who presides over the meeting. Normally, matters cannot be discussed at the Citizens' Assembly without prior Council review. Council-reviewed matters yield only two outcomes. Either they are already thoroughly discussed and only need citizens' votes, or they require citizens to hold debates to reach final resolutions during the Assembly. Results are tallied using pottery shards blessed with world-building Titan's Kephalis runes, with voting Dolia placed through Okema's during assemblies. After thorough discussion and voting of all proposals, the Council of Elders posts approved decrees at the Wall of Heroes. Core functions of the Citizens' Assembly. The Assembly wields the important capacities of legislative power and appointment of government officials, declaring war, conceding peace, and the actual control of armies during wartime. Yet historically and practically, Okema's Citizens' Assembly isn't fully controlled and directed by citizens, but rather a means to ensure that elites who represent the majority's social interests can effectively manage social matters. In other words, the current system where the leader of the Chrysos heirs and the Council of Elders jointly manage Okema was decided by the Okema Citizens' Assembly system. Citizens influence policymakers through voting and other means of political participation rather than directly managing social affairs or making political decisions. Appendix. Principal members of the Council of Elders. The Council of Elders is a governmental organization consisting of representatives from Amphoria's city-state. While most are elected by their city-states, some receive direct invitations from current Council of Elders members. Authorized by the Citizens' Assembly, they manage various practical affairs within Okema. The most renowned honorary elder is Lycurgus, an Antikytherian, a race that was already nearly extinct before the Chrysos War. Antikytheran. I wonder who that is. He had communicated directly with Kephali multiple times during the era Chrysaea, and passed the wishes of mortals to Kephali, showing himself as a true Theoros. Lycurgus' neutrality is well noted by all, which explains his frequent selection as the Citizens' Assembly chair. Significantly, Elder Kaenis has shown great effectiveness in Okema's governance and gathered many followers. Many believe Kaenis will leverage accumulated resources to challenge the current situation where the Chrysos heirs hold real authority and transform Okema's political structure. Rest for one day. Danhang. It's just as I suspected, the troubles afflicting the Flame Chase journey aren't just external issues. The complex internal politics and interpersonal relationships are also exacerbating the problem. We can't let our guard down yet. We have to find out where we stand in this large interwoven web.
Nervous.
It's not that soon. There are still a few more days until then. Don't worry, everything will be fine. I feel like a sitting duck that has been thrown into the deep and...
Nervous,
Let's just hope that everything goes well. After all, as someone who has earned the gaze of an Eon, you should be able to overcome the trial of a regional god just fine. Yeah, I am basically a resonator. Wait, no, not a resonator, that's Wuthering Wave. Emanator. And I am always chosen one. How many emanators you can be at once? Like, I am emanator of Nanook. For some reason. An emanator of preservation, remembrance, harmony. We have also unknowingly gotten used to sleeping with the midday sun shining brightly above our heads. Get some rest, Talia. Perhaps a new phase of our trailblazing expedition in Amphorius is about to begin. Get some rest and wait for the trial. A few days later at the Vortex of Genesis.
Esteemed one, Orynyx's vacant totem awaits. If you have already made your preparations to become a pillar of Amphorius, please, step forward.
Okay, 7 core flames already are. The death is not, the sky is not, the Catholic symbol is not, the 2 left, I don't know what they are.
Miss, I'm sorry. I'm not sure what I should say to help calm your nerves. Right. Perhaps something like, as long as you can successfully complete this trial, the rest of the flame chase journey will be smooth sailing? No, that sounds a little strange. Don't worry. It won't take up too much of your time. Don't worry. You'll definitely make it back alive?
Lol. Are you asking questions or saying that?
Oh. Sorry. It seems like I've made the mood even heavier. In any case, may everything go your way.
Okay, let's go once again over the symbols on the sky. I thought that they are shining, but because we surrendered the core flame. Ah, okay, so the last one is Orynyx, because the core flame is still not given. The one... Reason is the one there. Like, this is the reason core flame. This is the time core flame. This is the world beating, sky, and death. So there are only 5 left, and we have 2 of them, so there are like 3 left basically. So it's basically the end of the journey.
Accepting a Titan's trial is a very peculiar experience. I'm afraid that I'm not able to accurately describe it. You can only go and experience it for yourself. I believe that you'll be able to pull it off.
I can still vividly recall when you entered the vortex of Genesis for the first time. At that time, I could never have imagined that a guest from beyond the sky would shoulder the fate of Amphorius. Don't feel burdened. Just like during the trial of strife, Trinan and Finan will be waiting for you outside. If something unforeseen were to occur, they will intervene in the trial and rescue you. May Catholic bless you.
Oh, and speaking of which, we have core flame of time and reason, and technically we have Kefali's core flame because it powers the dawn device outside. But we can't take it because there will be eternal darkness. So the only ones left are the sky and the death. So Castoris needs to find death, and someone needs to go into the sky to destroy the sky. Titan.
Little Grey and Mem, thank you. Your resolves cannot be questioned. We praise your pure selflessness and courage. May Kefali light your path forward. Get ready to assume Orynyx's divinity, Trailblazer. The divine position of Orynyx has already been vacant for some time. We can feel the space of the trial closing. As there isn't much of their soul left, we'll have to complete the ceremony before their soul completely dissipates.
Okay, let's begin.
The eighth core flame coveted by the miracle that once belonged to the great Vale of Evernight, Orynyx. It shall now be returned by the two elected heroes of the Chrysosairs. A traveler who is upright and courageous, and a sacred beast that invokes miracles. Who? Mem. Both of you, please, come forward. Recite along with us. O Majesty of the 12 Titans, pillars of the world, we seek your divinity to mend the rifts of the world. Fill our bodies with blood of gold, till we wither in willing service to the prophecy.
I don't think I have gold blood.
These are just words meant to make the prayer seem more solemn. Please, focus.
Lol. So it doesn't matter what I say.
And surrender the core flame.
Do I even have it? Who has it? Click and hold to submit the core flame and complete your objective.
Orynyx. Their soul has been waiting for a long time.
Perhaps they're also quietly waiting for the arrival of their successor.
Wait for my return, my friends. I could say I love you all. I did. I don't know you that
The
well.
last time I heard this, things didn't turn out that well.
Don't worry, Aglaya. She's tougher than I am, right?
Lol. Oof!
Traveler from beyond the sky, let us pray that the Titan acknowledges your worthiness.
Although she loves cracking jokes at inopportune times, her determination is as strong as the Chrysos heirs. She will definitely succeed.
Hey, I didn't even pick joking option once when I was playing.
While she's away, I would like to have a chat with you, Aglaya.
Speak. I'm listening.
Yay! I don't understand you.
Slap, slap! Wake up! How is it? How do you feel?
Has the trial begun?
That's right! Look, look! I don't know what happened, but I'm able to talk! Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. I have such a cute voice! It must be because of all the memories that I collected. They allowed me to grow beyond expectations. Also, listen. The words of the Titan are becoming clearer.
Mother. Mother. It hurts. Have I finally reached the end? Are the years of isolation coming to an end?
What do you mean?
Or next. Oh, how heartbreaking. Ever since the figure draped in the black cloak robbed them of their core flame, they have been relegated to waiting in isolation in such a confined space. We are going to help alleviate their pain, right?
Sure.
Memories. Broken. Mother. Where?
Mother? Who are they calling out for?
You. It's you. I remember you. Skyfather has gazed upon you. Mother is calling for you.
Does Skyfather refer to Foley? Now I can understand you. The Titan's words are indistinct. Each syllable emerging from the mist seemed to be cloaked in frost, symbolizing memory.
Skyfather has chosen you.
No shit. Who is your mother? Ah. A majestic voice pierces through the golden mist, reaching the unseen mountain walls in the distance, reflecting and returning to your ears as an echo. Within the echo, you seemingly could make out the cry of a baby.
Mother is no longer responding.
We have come to you because of something important.
Something important. An important matter.
Orynyx, listen to me. Aren't you tired? Throughout the long years, you have always been protecting the fate of Amphorius. Each time people draw strength from within their memories, every single ripple falls onto your shoulders. There's no need for you to bear this any longer, Orynyx. From today onwards, someone else will bear time on your behalf. This is why we have come.
Freedom. Freedom. I want freedom.
Oh, poor child. Everything will be fine. Let us help you. You can have a good rest now.
Leave it to us, Titan.
You have potential, strength, willpower, powerful, and tenacious. But you lack something.
Aww.
Just one thing.
Aww.
Lacking something. What is it?
What you lack is a future.
What? I don't have a future? That's right, I live in the moment. What? What future? Wait. To some extent, they are not wrong. Isn't Trailblazer locked in forever struggle to repeat the journey until they find the correct way? Like, didn't this entire questline start with the memory of a previous timeline where Trailblazer, did I say Traveler before? Trailblazer, was part of the Stellaron Hunter crew. And they were using the Express. It was different timeline to the current one. So it, on some level, it means that Trailblazer doesn't have a future because they are locked in forever repeating the cycle.
Future?
Traveler from the sky. You should have dissipated already.
Well, technically I did, I think. Wasn't I reconstructed on Herta space station? Does it count as resurrection?
The gaze from the Sky Father stabilized your form.
This is some juicy lore. I thought that I am special and that I am gazed at by Eons because I am worthy, but it looks like Eons also are invested somehow in my journey and they gaze at me to keep me alive. So I would be able to go through the journey I am doing. So technically, what my journey is special. And I am special to some extent, but I am not receiving their powers because I fulfilled some quota requirement. I got their gaze because I was dying constantly and didn't even know it. They needed to keep me alive.
Because from the moment you crossed the sky, your life was cast away.
Wait, what? What do you mean? What do you mean from the moment I crossed the sky? You mean Astral Express or when I entered Amphorius?
Right now, you are simply a collection of walking memories.
Wait, what? How does Mem don't know this, but you do? Also, isn't Flame River the same?
What? How is that possible?
Do you mean that I am already dead? Well, that explains why I could touch Castoris. That explains why touching casters didn't kill me.
The space is collapsing. Someone must inherit the authority of time. If the pillar is lost, the laws of time will collapse.
Is this what happened? Like, is this the reason why the Amphorius feels so weird? Did the laws of time actually collapse it and now we are just fucked? Or this is like a repetition of the cycle, just like with the Trailblazer and their journey? But if I can't inherit the authority, who can? Also, someone has to. And there is nobody else to inherit the time. If the time collapses, what will happen? Will the Amphorius will forever lost in the some kind of samsara cycle or whatever until it gets destroyed, ultimately?
Amphorius will succumb to eternal disorder.
Yeah, I figured. You still haven't explained things clearly. What about the trial? Revive me quickly.
Time never compromises, never bears grudges, never forgives, never makes a choice. Child of humanity, Titans, Mother, Sky Father.
Can Ma'am inherit it instead of me?
Time restrains everything that exists in this world.
You are not wrong.
Oryx's divinity is dissipating? Is the trial coming to an end?
Pathstrider of remembrance, my strength, I shall entrust it to you.
Do you mean Ma'am? I mean, I am currently the Remembrance MC. But I am dead!
The fate of the world, if you wish to save it, go and find your future that has been stolen.
What do you mean future that has been stolen? Also, it's actually kinda suspicious that Flame River appeared just exactly right now when the Trailblazer entered this world. What if Flame River is the future that the Trailblazer lost?
Even if that means you'll have to cheat death.
Well, that's my thing, I guess.
You'll have to challenge that hand of shadow, clasped with unyielding fingers.
Gee. Before the passing of 15 entry hours, go forth and reclaim your future. So I am on a tight schedule. This is the true trial of time. Shit, fuck. Am I going to die if I don't do that on time? You're finally awake. I will keep it simple. You succeeded. Oronix has entrusted you with their divinity. Now you're no different from a demigod of Amphorius. However, Mem has told me about what happened during the trial. They are still explaining things to the others and told me to bring you back to your room to rest first. The Titan must be joking, right? Don't sigh, Danhang. So, what's my superpower? Here's something that I've never told you. When we landed on Amphorius, our car was pierced by Nikador's lance. Do you remember? Back in the ruins of the abyss, this was what I said. You passed out when our car got hit. I blacked out too, but not before dragging you out. It's a good thing we were in the car, or we would have been crushed to pieces. Actually, my account kind of made light of the situation. What actually happened was much more complicated. You were severely injured back then, with several wounds still bleeding profusely. I struggled to carry you out and used the last of my strength to stem the bleeding, but then I was also hit by a falling rock and lost my consciousness. The last time I checked, you still weren't breathing, but when I regained consciousness I saw that you were alive and full of energy, so I never thought this up again. See, aha, okay. You never found it suspicious! How exactly did I come back to life? So you were knocked unconscious by a rock? I'm not sure whether the gaze of Bully has anything to do with this matter, but according to the Titan, you are living in the form of a memory right now, just like those objects of the past in the miracles of Oronix. Perhaps Mem is the anchor rope that ties you to the present. I had assumed they couldn't stray too far from you, but the truth might be the exact opposite. What should we do next? Cry for me. Stellaron, do something. It's not time for us to despair yet. There must be a way to save you. Oronix mentioned finding your stolen future and cheating death. Considering Mighty's indestructible body, it seems to suggest that there is some kind of miraculous power in Amphorius that can even reverse death. The key seems to lie with the Hand of Shadow, whose whereabouts are unknown.
Hey, are you alright?
You can speak!
I heard you two talking about Thanatos. Cass is also very concerned about the warning. She has left the vortex and returned to the garden. Shall we go and look for her? Thanatos is the Titan that Cass has always been looking for. Regardless of whether there are any clues, there's probably no one else that understands death better than her.
Let's do that then, Talia.
Oh, right. There's something that I have to tell you. The Chrysosairs already know everything that has happened to you. I was too worried, so I told them everything. Please don't hate me, okay?
Well, better them know that I am not alive than them not knowing. I guess.
Miss, I'm right here.
You hear soft steps coming closer, one step at a time.
Please stay there and slowly turn around.
For some reason you feel you have seen this scene before. You want to turn your head, but you glimpse a dash of purple brushing past your face. Then a chill seeps through your skin, spreading into your veins. Thump, thump. Your heartbeat begins to slow. At this moment, I just want to close my eyes. Remembering that near-death experience, gotta stay on guard. Spin around immediately and give casters a scare. That's actually interesting. If Trailblazer was dead this entire time and was existing in the form of memories, is Castoris really spreading death? Or she's just erasing memories? Is this another type of Hoyoverse typical losing memories is like death kind of situation? Are they equating death and memory removal, destruction? Because if it affects Trailblazer still when she's using her powers, but doesn't affect Trailblazer when she touches Castoris when she's not using her powers, but Castoris' touch can kill anything she touches, then it means that Castoris has some powers that affect memories. Aside from your vision, your senses grow more acute. You feel the presence of a purple sea. And then...
Please pardon me.
A subtle fragrance of an unnamed flower fills your senses, its sweetness making you forget the need to breathe. You realize you're still alive. No, to be more precise, your death was not Tarao. The coldness of the initial touch disperses as quickly as it came, and replacing it is the touch of fingertips and a tremble born of trepidation that originated from a certain lanky arm. Her quivering finger gently brushed against your cheek, causing a faint tickle. This is actually pretty gay, though. Like, if I am dead, then this scene is so gay. Like, because I am playing the female Trailblazer. I am the only person that Castoris can actually interact without fearing to kill.
Just as I expected. I cannot feel anything.
Castoris, you're shaking. Am I really dead? You're invading my personal space.
Back at the Grove, I was puzzled as to why you were not affected by my curse. I thought that it might have been the special ability of a traveler from beyond the sky.
Me too.
Never did I expect that this would be the true reason. I'm sorry. I should have noticed that something was amiss earlier. Miss, if my abrupt behavior just now offended you, I hope that you can forgive me. I'm just thinking, if your soul has really left your body, as a mortician, I might be able to trace where it has gone to.
Cass, did you find anything?
My apologies. Not as of yet. Perhaps I have overestimated my capabilities. But, Miss, would you be willing to let me try again? This time, I'll increase the area of contact slightly. Perhaps the result might be different this time.
Maybe we should just get naked and lie in the bushes. That's the way you'll find my soul, I guess. Agree, there is no harm trying again.
I have never touched the living in this way before. If my actions are in any way disrespectful, I hope that you can forgive me.
Grope to your heart's content. Castoris once again places her palm on your face. Her shivers calm somewhat this time. Did you discover something?
I seem to have caught a glimpse of something. Your soul is currently roaming someplace and cannot find a way to escape. But perhaps it might not be a bad thing. If your soul is still wandering around, it means that we still have time. We have a chance to find it before the fingers of Thanatos sweep everything away.
Also, me dying actually explains why did I get the Blessing of Remembrance so early. I was so surprised that I got Blessing of Remembrance at the start of the story. That's suspicious. But I was like, okay, I guess I somehow earned this. And who would have known that I didn't earn a shit? I simply died.
Clues. Just a few more. I need more guidance.
Is it okay to do it in this garden though? There are people around. Don't they feel it strange that the person who can't touch anyone without killing them is suddenly touching my face?
The connection has been severed. With my strength, I'm not able to trace it. It was me. I was a little too hasty. Don't worry, miss. Although we currently have no leads, I will do my best to search for the whereabouts of Thanatos, bring back their core flame, and personally return to you the life that you have lost too soon.
Well, you have only time to whatever hour Oronix told me. I forgot already. will you be able to do that quickly? Because you were looking for the Titan forever and you didn't find it.
I know that I'm lacking in confidence, but I hope that you can keep this promise of mine in mind. Before I manage to deliver on this promise, please do your best to hang on. Amphorius needs you.
I will do my best. So what now? Live on bravely, I understand.
Lady Aglaya and Lord Finon are currently discussing some matters in the paths. They're worried about you too. If possible, please go there and let them know that you're well. Although, I don't actually know whether your current situation can be described as well.
Well, at least this entire situation gives us some context. If I am stabilized by fully and can go around, then maybe Flame River is the same. Because if Mem said that Flame River is mostly a walking memory too, then it has to do something with the remembrance. You know. The remembrance. Ian.
Also, please accept this Styxian fable. Reading can help one to focus and relax. I hope that reading this can help tide you through this difficult period.
Well, I am taking being dead quite well.
Disappearing.
Is it because I am just a silent protagonist, or is it because I am the protagonist that breaks the fourth wall and knows they are in the game?
They're here.
That partner! Hyacinth said you definitely wake up. How do you feel?
So the entire world knows about this now. She can even take the pulse of someone who is dead. It feels quite cool being a departed spirit.
That's the medical prowess of the Twilight Courtyard. Amazing, isn't it?
You've completed the trial of time. And I have to admit that the process went better than I expected. Even in the end, that Titan's heart still showed a soft spot for humankind. However, I never expected that. Two people who have cheated death would appear in Akima at the same time.
That's what we have been talking about. Mighty has been in Akima for such a long time, but has no one thought to study his indestructible body? If there were even any minor breakthroughs, we wouldn't be as clueless as we are right now.
Do you want to make your boyfriend a lab rat now? He's suddenly so angry. Look at his face. Fine on being angry is so weird. Don't throw Mighty under the bus, Finan. Do you really think that Mighty would let anyone to study his body without dying first?
Many have had this idea, but so far there have been no results. If it were successful, Thanatos wouldn't have disappeared without a trace.
Huh. Anyway, yeah, I can see that happening. Mighty would kill the researcher first.
Nevertheless, now is not the time for us to give up. At the very least, we can still see a glimmer of hope. Cypher. If anyone in this world knows the whereabouts of death, it would be her.
Why do you think about that person now? Where was she before?
I'll try and get her to return to Akima, but do be prepared for a less than ideal outcome. Please understand that throughout the history of Amphorius, no one has ever managed to escape the clutches of death. At the end of time, Thanatos silently awaits all.
I'm sorry, but I am on tight schedule. Thank you for your help. Is this supposed to be comforting?
It is my duty. We too require you to bear the divine position of time. But before that, just...
What's wrong, Aglaya?
Omens always come in pairs. A tiny air current will eventually brew into a storm that tears the sky apart. It's Anaxagoras. He has initiated contact with the Council of Elders.
Shit.
In the end, it has still come down to this.
I earnestly hope that your assessment of him is accurate, Finan. Otherwise, the efforts of my teacher and I of the past millennium might be reduced to dust because of that great performer.
So my theory about me not having the future because I am the Trailblazer was fake. But you know, I wasn't really that far from truth because Trailblazer really doesn't have a future. They just have endless loop that is their future. But I would never have suspected that me not having a future means that I died. I mean, the Trailblazer died.
I'm back here again.
Here? Where?
I remember this dream. This realm is covered in a silk-like fog, and the land is barren and harsh. The crowd of travelers leaves tracks everywhere.
Hey! Excuse me! What is this place? Where in Amphorius are we?
The mutters of the traveler are in a language I'm unable to comprehend. Or perhaps they're just distracted and ignored my question.
Tell me, which Titan reigns over this land? And how do I find them?
Anaxa, aren't you a scholar, a genius? I can kinda tell already that this land is a land of death. Because no wonders are doing... That sounds more like a soul screeching. Didn't you think that those travelers are not travelers but lost souls?
Hand of Shadow.
Told you? That is obvious.
Hand of Shadow Thanatos.
You could have understand it from the context. You are a scientist, a genius, I hear it.
Could this possibly be the Netherrealm?
Yeah, I guess. That makes sense.
Not Netherrealm.
Okay.
Then where is this? River of Souls? The outskirts of the Netherrealm? Are you heading downstream toward the Netherrealm?
The Netherrealm. Nothing but an illusion.
So they don't have the Death Realm in the end?
Titan rejects you. Me. Listen.
What? The traveler lifts their wrinkled fingers and remains silent. I look in the direction they are pointing and listen closely. There. A massive shadow brought the sound of rushing tides. The sound of tides. I can hear it. I hear it deep within the tides, beyond the closed gates of the void world. A voice about to recount something.
Child of humanity, is it death's embrace you yearn for with such urgency? Oh, you have awoken. Welcome back to the mortal realm. Your consciousness is dissipating much faster than I expected. Ultimately, it seems like the Titan's core flame is incompatible with a mortal body.
How much longer can my consciousness remain in the mortal realm?
In my estimation, At best, you'll see 15 more entry hours.
Wow! What a coincidence that he has exactly the same time left as I.
15 days and nights.
What is it? Are you finally starting to become attached to the mortal world now?
On the contrary, 15 days feels a little too long for solving a singular problem. Stop giggling. It's time for us to go. The messenger from the Council of Elders is almost here.
Let me ask you one more question. Are you really planning to betray Aglaya's will?
What betrayal is there to speak of when I was never loyal to her to begin with?
What about that white-haired student of yours? Acting so recklessly, do you not care about what might happen to him?
There will be a price to pay for blind faith. This is also a lesson for Finan.
Uh-huh.
You truly are a strict teacher.
Of course. This is how I've always been.
Oh, we are in story perspective now. Beta Plus. Oh, there are more POVs than 2. It's funny that me and Anaxagoras have exactly 15 days to live. What a coincidence. We have one thing in common. What sad thing that I hate this god.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Lord Inexagaris.
What is that? It doesn't look human.
It's been a while, Lord Inexagaris.
What is this? It looks sus. It reminds me a bit of Order from Penacony.
I greet you on behalf of all the citizens of Akima and express my deepest regret about what happened at the Grove of Epiphany.
Hey, wait. Is it that guy from that race that nearly got extinct? That guy that is the chair of the Democratic Assembly?
It's you. I never expected that you would personally come and meet me.
By carefully into Lantern above, I have come as a testament to the justice of the Council of Elders.
There are Antikytherans here? They have been a rare sight ever since the Chrysos War.
You didn't say that Amphorius has a robot race. Just like Penacony. What a coincidence. Very sus.
I extend to you my utmost respect, revered Titan. I am Lycurgus, though you may call me Lygus, holding an honorary position within the Council of Elders in Akima, and as the Theoros, I stand to protect the right of all upright citizens to express themselves freely.
Mm-hmm.
You can see them too?
You know about us. We Antikytherans perceive the world through the amplitude and frequency of souls.
Really? Does it mean I am invisible to them? Because I am not alive and therefore my soul is not here?
Just as I am conscious that Lady Aglaya is secretly listening in on our private meeting from afar, If necessary, Lord Anaxagoras, I can sever the golden thread to protect your fundamental rights.
I mean, a client is a little bit like an FBI, listening to everything. She shouldn't be.
The demigod should know better, for such is her station. Spare those poor threats, and just let her listen to my words. They shall serve only to unveil her own folly.
May I interpret this as you having a countermeasure?
I need not any plan, because she can do nothing other than petty espionage. As the Citizens' Assembly approaches, and with Orynyx's fall, any attempt to capture the core flame within me will only usher chaos and calamity. A truth she undoubtedly comprehends. While I, Anaxagoras, serving as the Grove's special envoy to Akima's Citizens' Assembly, have long known the extent of your abilities. Let's forego the formality of asserting authority, Lord Lygus. Lead the way.
Very well. Surely Lady Kindness would appreciate such assertiveness in an ally. She's been waiting. Follow me, please.
The design of this race is a bit suspicious. Not only are they walking robots, but they have this weird pattern on their chest that reminds me of Vortex of Genesis a lot.
Is there something on your mind, Lord Anaxagoras?
Nothing, really. It's just a question that I contemplate every time before I ascend to Dawncloud. For the Titans, does the falling equate to death?
Ah, a pondering truly deep. Time is on our side. Do you mind sharing your reflections with me?
While all living beings must ultimately face their demise, Kefali has yet to meet theirs. Their journey continues unhurriedly along this long path.
Are you suggesting that Kefali may not have truly passed?
Yes. For dying implies an ongoing process, an action, whereas death signifies a static state, a definitive termination. In contrast to mortals, Titans exist on a grander scale of space and time, thus elongating their passage into death. The notion of their fall is but a misinterpretation born of mortal ignorance.
Ah, an intriguing concept, albeit challenging to substantiate. After all, Kefali has maintained a profound silence ever since the era Arasa, while scholars and priests alike have conveyed the message of the gods' imminent fall.
Perhaps the gods, in their arrogance, deemed it beneath them to reveal their perspectives to mortals.
Could you elaborate on your statement?
Circes, the kin of the Skyfather as recounted in myths, now resides within my brain. Were I to inquire, Kefali would have no cause to refuse.
The kin of the Skyfather. Do they also have like lesser gods and overgods? Like, are Titans like children of Skyfather that is like an ultimate god and they don't even know that Skyfather is fully?
Oh.
That very well could be true. But what if the world-bearing Titan still chooses to remain silent?
In that case, the myths crafted by the people of Amphorius are nothing more than pitiful jests.
It's worth a try. I believe, and I'd love to witness the fruits of your theory and the change it may bring to this imperiled world.
I feel disaster brewing.
Because I completely concur with you on this aspect. If the Titan has indeed met their end, any response from them would be impossible.
What if the Titan just lost consciousness and can't respond? Did you think about that? What the fuck? What the fuck? This is what you asked for.
Please, Professor.
The children of humanity have indeed created a spectacle.
Welcome to Dawn Cloud. The atmosphere here carries a greater sense of solemnity than the mundane clamor of the Marmorial Palace, with entry permitted only to the invited.
So my question, what is this pink, is actually answered. Also, was that Kefali that invited us? Or is Kefali just a big robot that you can control?
Only esteemed beings grace this place, and among them I've received priests, scholars, warriors, and now we even have the honor to be in the presence of a Titan. Oh, what a joyous occasion.
Once deemed a blasphemer, now a surrogate for revered divinity. The honor should rightfully be mine, shouldn't it?
I'll notify Kindness and the others of your arrival. Kindly wait for a moment. A soldier will be here to guide you shortly. In the meanwhile, you're welcome to explore the vicinity, but kindly remain within the guard's view. Delaying the crucial meeting is something none of us wish to see, I presume.
I'm well aware of Kindness's methods. There's no need to emphasize that.
As you wish. Your cooperation is much appreciated.
Alas, I had hoped for a brilliant plan from you, but it turns out you just left one cage to enter another.
Lol.
Save your concerns. I know very well what I'm doing.
I shall depart to explore the surroundings then. Now that I look around, I wonder if there are any murals bearing my portrait around here. I'm quite intrigued to see how the children of humanity beyond the grove perceive another Titan.
Off you go. I won't be joining you. This Titan appears to be quite at ease. I should investigate the Council of Elders' recent activities first.
Be aware, I can hear you perfectly well from here.
Lol. Even his thoughts are not his own anymore. Anyway.
Inventory complete. received.
You know what? This entire place kinda looks like some kinda, you know, mechanism to move a huge fucking robot. I wouldn't be surprised.
Even blasphemous scholars can come here, it seems.
Looks
What's
like
your-
my presence here is quite unwelcome.
What's your problem? Hmm. Oh. Mm-hmm.
Inventory complete.
Wizened priest.
Anaxagoras, I thought that you had died to the Black Tide, just like the other scholars.
As Kephale's priest, are you not aware of the decorum of respecting the dead?
Surely you jest. You blasphemous heretics are not worthy of respect from the Supreme Being. Let me remind you that you're currently in Dawn Cloud, so you'd better keep your deranged language to yourself. I am no longer that altar servant from years ago, who could only acquiesce to the commands of others. Now, I have plenty of ways to deal with people like you.
I'm not sure whether I should laugh or cry right now. I can't believe that a follower such as you could have been made by a creation titan. As I see it, a dead titan can't provide you with this level of confidence, right? Then who is it exactly? Could it be kindness?
You. Seeing how fond of you Elder Kindness is, I shall let that slide for now. Leave immediately, and don't impede us from receiving the Supreme Being's blessings.
Seeing as we were able to hear of this matter from the mouths of others, it seems that kindness is indeed quite sincere toward us. Perhaps this affair will proceed smoother than I had anticipated.
Or maybe this is just everyone's impression.
Oh my, what a thrilling confrontation. As expected of one of Kephale's followers.
Are you praising or insulting him?
Praising him, of course. As a believer of the God of Deliverance, it is only natural that he detests evil.
God of Deliverance.
Didn't you hear me? I asked you to leave. Go as far away from here as possible. Don't mutter to yourself like some sort of madman and disturb my meditation.
What's that tree? What's that bird?
Professor Anaxa! Over here!
Isn't that a half sun symbol?
Inventory complete. Huh. Goods received.
Professor Anaxa? Word has it that the scholars of the Grove valiantly perished resisting the Black Tide. To find you here safe and sound, thank the Fates.
You could say it's the Fates toying with us.
It's only the Crimnoans and Idonians who chase glory through death. But your survival is a victory in itself. I'd settle for that gladly. So, are you here to report the incident to the Council? I heard that after the Black Tide devoured the Grove, Akuma would be next in line, even with the demigod of strife standing alongside humankind.
Tell me, how much does the Council of Elders know about the Black Tide?
Once Kindness and her followers learned of Circe's and Orynyx's fall, they proclaimed in the Council that the Flame Chasers could no longer stand against the calamity alone. Yet, when the Crown Prince ascended to godhood and repelled the Black Tide, she immediately altered her tune, declaring that all was resolved beyond Akuma, with the only remaining menace now being Aglaya and her adherents. They might well make their move at the upcoming Citizens' Assembly.
No surprises there, those shifty opportunists. Thank you for your honesty,
Lol.
virtuous student.
So the leader of the Council of Elders is like a flag. She turns in the way the wind blows.
Being an opportunist could very well be a facet of wisdom.
Shouldn't you be searching for murals of yourself? I've had enough of your prattling.
I was really curious to see how you would find the middle ground between both factions, so I came to listen in.
Hi, Fuzetka.
But it seems as though this Kindness is much more ruthless than Aglaya. If so, why do you want to work with her? Could it be that perhaps you've decided to readily surrender this hollow shell of yours, just because you feel like death is fast approaching?
I'm afraid you'll be sorely disappointed if that's what you truly think. I've had enough of this. Could the 15th entry hour arrive any faster?
He already wants to die. He has 15 days to live. And me too. Apparently, Trailblazer died upon entering Amphorius and is going around as a weird form of memory person. So my mission now is to find my own soul and cheat death in 15 days.
Oh, my. Could it be that the great tree painted in this mural is actually depicting me?
I don't know. Is it?
Every plant, every tendril, no, even every leaf could be the embodiment of Circe's.
As a result, mere mortals who did not know what the Titan actually looked like chose to paint them as a giant tree instead. Their wisdom was portrayed as fruit, to symbolize how they shared their knowledge equally among the masses. Such exquisiteness indeed.
This mural is quite abstract.
Lol.
I really can't tell whether you are praising or demeaning yourself. Now I'm quite curious whether the Reason Titan has studied figures of speech before.
Lol.
Of course I find such stylistic devices interesting. For all we know, this could be the answer to the question, what exactly are we?
Yeah. She doesn't know. The Titans just one day appeared. And they don't know what they are, why they exist. Oh, I don't know. Maybe you will learn when you destroy the fake sky.
I, for one, am not willing to admit that I could look this ugly.
Lol, what?
Was this the reason why you failed in your attempt to refine my soul when you were ambushed at the Grove?
Since you are aware of this, why did you save me back then?
Because, well, I actually think she likes toying with humans, to be honest.
From my perspective, this point alone was enough to separate you from the average person.
How do two lunatics coexist in the same brain?
Lol.
Therefore, it seems that your journey to Dawn-Cloud this time is not just to seek protection. What, then, is the intention behind your actions?
Can't you read his mind? You're in his head.
The entire plan is stored in my memory. So why don't you look there?
Exactly.
Then don't mind if I do. 1 year old? 2 years old?
Lol.
Oh my. Even a member of the preeminent 7 sages must hug his droma stall to sleep? How interesting.
Oh, she held herself to his memories and is going year by year.
That's enough.
I am on Circe's side. Anaxa, yeah. Annoy him. Annoy him. I hate his guts. Do it.
How unusual. Your soul is actually trembling. This must mean that behind this toy hides a secret that nobody knows, right?
Lol.
Since our days are both numbered, I don't mind telling you more about it.
Wow.
This is a present that my sister gave to me. It's a doll that was made to look like our family pet.
So there are other members in your family, eh? Are they also living in Akama?
Don't you just love to pick through my brain? Go on, continue flipping through my memories. It won't take long. You'll discover the answer when you reach the memories of when I was 5.
Oh, the black tide is everywhere. I can't bear to look.
When I was young, I couldn't accept this outcome either. Georios, Aquila, Kefali, and you, of course. Although I prayed to every Titan that I could think of for help,
my efforts were ultimately futile.
So this is why you don't believe in divinity and flame chase journey, because the gods you prayed to didn't respond? I mean, I guess that's a valid reason in the world in which you actually can converse with gods and gods exist. But it's even a valid approach in the real world. Like, how many people turned away from faith because they realized praying doesn't solve their problems? Thoughts and prayers never saved anyone.
This... Could this be the inception of your research into alchemy?
But in the fantasy world, your resentment towards the gods is actually more real because they exist. So you have something that you know exists to hate. But in the real world, you don't have any proof that gods exist. You only either believe they do or you don't believe they do. So when you don't believe they do, can you really be angry at them? No.
Indeed it was. Everything started from that verdant courtyard of yours. When I was pursuing my education there, I naturally also came to learn of Thelesis' theory as well.
The first scholar.
Oh, I remember that person. He was the one to come up with the concept of souls, right?
I mean, he's not wrong considering that I am currently living as a person of memories and my soul is wandering somewhere else and I need to find it in 15 days or I will die.
Not only that, he also believed that life, as well as the composition, movement, and transformation of matter, all stem from souls themselves. This is why I thought that...
Well, we have a race that doesn't exist anymore that can perceive souls. I guess his theory was right.
Since all living things stemmed from the same origin, why could I not sacrifice myself in order to resurrect my nearest and dearest?
Are you named Otto Apocalypse? Because you sound like him.
Anaxa, you... I did it, teacher! But this is absolute blasphemy. Regardless of how much freedom the Grove provides, such an act could cause you to be burned at the pyre. Your beloved, where is she now? Send her away from the Grove at once, to a place where nobody will ever be able to find her. Otherwise, the both of us will be judged by the Council of the Seven Sages.
Calm down, teacher. My sister, she's still not in the mortal realm, even to this day.
What do you mean?
It was naive of me to think that I could snatch the deceased from Thanatos' grip by merely sacrificing one eye. Equivalent exchange. All I received for that price was but an opportunity to see her for one final time. Nothing more.
So he must die to resurrect her? Equivalent exchange? Hey, this starts to turn into Full Metal Alchemist storyline.
Let it go, Anaxa. As one of my best students, I cannot watch you go down the wrong path without doing anything to stop it. Never do something taboo ever again. Don't disappoint the deceased, and never harm yourself. If you can do that, this classroom will still be yours, and you'll have a chance to live out your own life.
I mean, he's right. We come back to my endless repetition of some people, especially men, need to learn to let go and move on. Anaxa is one of them.
Since I was able to see her one last time, I have no other desires. You're right, teacher. It's time for me to start a new life.
How is it that I don't trust you? He said that sentence and I don't trust him that he actually is going to do that.
I am sincerely glad for you, child. Now then, what topic would you like to study?
I wish to continue Thalesis' research.
Continue the research into souls, but you know that the Grove has long since understood his philosophy like the back of their hands. Even if you continue digging into this subject, your efforts will likely be futile.
Isn't that an arrogance all and of itself to assume that you already know everything about something? Like, we never stop studying stuff we already studied very well, because we always may learn something new. That's the principle of science, isn't it? Empedocles, what is your issue? Don't you know that some subjects need to be studied forever? If not all subjects of science?
No, teacher. After my fleeting glimpse of the deathly fog, I finally understood a single truth. Since ancient days, our understanding of the souls is but the tip of the iceberg.
Look, he had an epiphany.
I may have lost an eye, but my view of the world has become clearer than ever. I have grasped the truth with my bare hands. Watch as I turn this farcical world upside down.
Ooh.
Who would have thought such a secret lay concealed beneath that hefty eye patch of yours?
The way she speaks is so funny.
However, this story doesn't seem to be connected to your plan. In fact, I'd say that they aren't related at all.
The answer lies within the tale. If even you cannot understand it, perhaps you should relinquish the divinity of reason to me. After all, it'd be a waste for you to hold on to it.
What? Did he just insult the god?
My story ends here. Now it's time for you to tell me your secret. After all, this is what equivalent exchange means, correct?
Lol. I'm trying to grasp what he wanted to convey via that story. That he needs to sacrifice something for a better understanding of the world?
As expected, you laid a trap for me to step into. Unfortunately, even if I was willing to talk about my past, I may not know more about it than you do.
Oh? Are you saying that the renowned Reason Titan is now admitting a lack of wisdom? Your followers are going to be sorely disappointed by this.
Jesus Christ, he's such an ass.
Child of humanity, remember this. Being cognizant of one's ignorance is the greatest wisdom of all.
I am with Circes on this, yeah. Knowing that you're lacking is the sign of wisdom. Arrogance is not.
Now I understand. No wonder you asked me to answer your random, nonsensical questions.
Not only that, you're the only one who can shed light on my query. As the saying goes, onlookers see most clearly.
Is that so?
Lord Anaxa. I saw you muttering to yourself and was wondering whether you were caught in a delirium of reflective thought. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but time is of the essence.
Every time he talks to Circes, everyone is like, this madman is muttering to himself. Meanwhile, I see it as a conversation at full volume, and they see it as muttering to himself.
I have a message from Lord Lygus. Lady Kindness has met up with the Council of Elders and is awaiting your arrival, so please depart forthwith.
It's finally time.
carefully. The one who created the world, and the one who bears the world. If you truly have not met your end, how will you answer the challenges of those who defy you?
I didn't expect you to agree to Lady Kindness's invitation. What a wonderful turn of events. To tell you the truth, there are many people who hold grudges against that Lady Goldweaver.
How many people hate Aglaya? I mean, I don't like her very much either.
Isn't that the Dromas draped in finery?
Lol.
Avoid his gaze. I don't acquaint myself with blasphemers.
Don't worry. He's too full of pride to pay us any attention.
Lol.
Your nickname is Dromas as well? You must really like those creatures.
Lol. Dying. Dying here. You could say that they basically called him an elephant in the pottery room.
A student of Empedocles? I hear that his views run counter to the Venerationists.
This is what being a scholar is about. A collision of ideas only occurs when there are differences in beliefs, and it is such collisions that lead to progress.
Yet, in my view, there are only right and wrong perspectives, neither of which can coexist with the other.
What radical thinking. I guess this is why the children of humanity always squabble with each other.
I mean...
You seem to be avoiding that Goldweaver person. Why don't you address her face to face?
I have nothing to talk about with her. Since you're in my brain, you can look for the reason yourself.
Oh, the leader of the Flame Chase journey, and a demigod of Nestia.
You're really searching through my brain. What are you treating it as? Some sort of toy?
Regardless, you think quite highly of her, no?
That's because I'm a teacher who grades everyone fairly.
No. That didn't sound convincing at all. Also, I wanted to say, there are some stuff that you really can't argue about. Like, when it comes to right and wrong opinions, like, being racist is wrong, being queerphobic is wrong, being misogynistic is wrong. Those are all right opinions. But, you know, they are right because they're fundamental. You don't discriminate against others, it's bad. So there are some aspects of humanity, human ideas that can be said to be always right or always wrong, but they are very tightly tied to the basic human decency.
Lord Lygus and Lady Kindness are just ahead. I'll take my leave for now.
Also, when you know that planet is round and you still insist it's not, who is right and who is wrong, actually? Like, there are stuff we already know that you can't really argue about. Our planet won't suddenly become a pizza because someone said so.
Welcome to the Demigod Council, esteemed guests.
Lord Anaxagoras. Oh, I've heard so much about you.
What is that fig behind her?
Head of the Nusporists of the Grove of Epiphany, notorious blasphemer, a Chrysos heir who bears Circe's core flame, a survivor of the Grove calamity.
He doesn't bear her core flame. He just got implanted with it. That's two different things.
Did I miss anything? Well, if so, please be so kind as to enlighten me.
Since Lady Kindness is already well acquainted with me, I won't waste any effort introducing myself again. But then again, perhaps the customs are different here. Back in my hometown, there is a form of etiquette known as honoring guests. The host will welcome their guest with warm hospitality by treating them to fine wine and a cozy bed. And yet, ever since I arrived, I have not been welcomed with warm courtesy or ceremonial gifts. Instead, I am met with intense scrutiny. Even more absurd, the host has sharpened their blade and instructed their servants to lie in wait in the shadows. Perhaps you intend to cut open my heart, retrieve the core flame, and then hold a grand feast for all of the guests.
Everyone, stand down.
Lol.
Thank you for understanding. I am but a feeble scholar who is not used to the stench of avarice and blood.
Liar! Also, didn't Genshin Impact, I'll hate him, also said that he's just a feeble scholar. Blah, 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 blah. You killed more people than I did. Feeble scholar, my ass.
No need to be humble, my lord. From my perspective, your courage and gumption are worthy of the reputation of the Seven Sages. Your bravery is more than adequate to accomplish our perilous endeavor.
So, you wish to start a war?
Well, since the Chrysos heirs are calling for war, we will respond in kind. Conflict is inevitable. Since Aglaya endeavors to suppress the virtuous commoners with blood of gold, we will not hesitate to display the rights and mettle the citizens of Akama are so entitled to.
I don't think that anyone was calling for war. Where where did that conclusion came from?
As to your question of whether peace is still a viable option, well, to that I can only say this. Everything hinges on the next citizens' assembly and whether they have a sudden epiphany amid the clamor of the masses. And since you, as a Chrysos heir, accepted our invitation, you have indeed given us a glimmer of hope.
What brazen arrogance. What you're saying right now is worlds apart from what you were saying before you retired your cleaners.
I don't deny it. After all, they're responsible for cleaning up any threats, and just a moment ago, you were on the side of the Chrysos heirs. But now that you're an ally of ours, we can continue talking somewhere else. As you know, these walls have ears.
And you differ from Aglaya how? Because this is exactly the type of warm welcome I received last time.
I was fortunate enough to have the opportunity to discuss a treatise about the Venerationists with your teacher, Empedocles. Yet, it seems you subscribed to the Nusporists instead, Lord Anaxa. I've heard that this school of thought is one with many detractors.
It's normal for ideas to have supporters and dissenters. Just like how there are two types of people in this world. Geniuses and dimwits.
Lol. Did he just call her a dimwit? What's this? There is a huge cube in the middle of the room. Which is sus.
Welcome back to the hub of the Demigod Council, Lord Anaxagoras. Surely you remember that countless eloquent orators have stood in this spot before and emerged victorious by stoking public sentiment with their words. And yet there have also been innumerable blasphemous philosophers who set themselves up for failure because they refused to defend their actions. This tiny stage is the most profound embodiment of Akama in centuries. In 15 days, this site shall also become the most important, as well as the final turning point in Akama's history.
How is it that exactly the same amount of time that I, the Trailblazer, and Anaxagoras, the Blasphemer, have left to live is 15 days, and exactly in 15 days there is a General Democratic Assembly of Akama.
May the both of us carry out our duties with honor and lead the masses back toward the Erechrysia, a golden age with no death, strife, or trickery.
That's very naive of you that you can suddenly make an age with no death, strife, or trickery in this dying world.
Oh my, 15 days and nights. That aligns perfectly with the date of your demise. Could such a coincidence truly exist?
That was exactly what I said.
Using death to prove myself fits my intentions perfectly.
What strong conviction you have. As expected of the hero who dared to stand up to the Gold Weaver.
As expected, she misunderstands you.
That's enough, Lady Kindness. Dispense with the niceties. I only accepted your invitation so that I can serve the commoners alongside the members of the Council of Elders. Don't test my patience with such superfluous formalities.
Well, you say that now, but surely you also require my aid as well, so that you can stay alive even when being pursued by the Golden Thread?
You worry too much. She won't show her hand too freely, as she still needs to garner support from the masses at the Citizens' Assembly.
Even someone like me can tell that only a sliver of her humanity remains. Surely you're not asserting that she will definitely act in a rational manner.
As you're no doubt aware, Aglaya covets the core flame that I possess, which makes it the bargaining chip that allows me and the rest of you to negotiate with her. However, in return, I'll need the Council of Elders to support me as much as possible. Naturally, this includes the guards as well.
I wonder if his plan is to use them to his own devices.
You're well aware how valuable Cersei's core flame will be in the Erechrysia that you are desperately pursuing. Talk is cheap, so you'd better act prudently as well.
I understand. After all, this battle of wits is just a means for each party to acquire what they need. As long as your request is reasonable, the Council of Elders never shortchanges its allies. Since we're both intent on mutual cooperation, let's not mince words and just speak plainly to each other. Let us decide how much we can secure for ourselves and how much we're willing to sacrifice, like true philosophers, with our words and wisdom.
Let's begin! Is it a fight?
Continuing from the earlier topic, let us discuss our common enemy, Aglaya. She is the second most experienced Chrysos heir across the whole of Akama, who has gradually lost her humanity to the ravages of time and the ablation of the core flame. A formidable opponent indeed. Admittedly, there is ample reason for her to take your life. Yet your previous reasoning is quite sound. As a seasoned political animal, it's unclear whether she will actually cross that irreversible boundary. Moreover, she still needs you alive so that the Titan's trial can be completed. Is there anyone present who can swear by the sacred vow of Kefali and guarantee that you weren't in league with that woman before coming here? are you just trying to pull the wool over our eyes and aid her in her savagery?
She's prepared to execute me. She just needs vassals who will do her bidding without question.
I believe you're aware of Castorus the Executioner. Long before I returned to Akama, Aglaya had already dispatched her to monitor me. If I weren't able to reach this place in time, I would have been forced to meet Thanatos first. As compared to a comprehensive plan with uncertain results, if you decide to cut open my chest and remove the core flame, wouldn't that settle her nerves even more? Everything is in place. She just needs the right timing.
I understand what you mean. At the very least, the both of us agree that this tyrant who wallows in extravagance and greed is the greatest threat to achieving peace in Akama. The Council of Elders is willing to defend your right to live, just as we defend every oppressed citizen.
It's so interesting that she misunderstands Aglaya's motives so much. She sees a tyrant who wallows in extravagance and greed, where there is a person desperate to save the world, and through her desperation she became kind of ruthless in her actions.
However, I regret to say that sentiments in favor of the Chrysos heirs and Aglaya are only growing in magnitude. The peace that we are aspiring toward, as well as everything that we hold dear, will be destroyed completely. The city will be burned to ashes, and the citizens' blood will be shed.
Where does that conclusion come from?
Tell me, what are you willing to do for our esteemed citizens so that they can vanquish the enemies of our fine city?
Why does she see demigods as the enemies of humanity? Also, it's interesting because when I was reading about Amphoreus on Wikipedia, on Honkai Star Rail Wiki, there was a note that said that the Flame Chase journey has a lot in common with the mythological change of gods. Like, in the Greek mythos, there were titans first also, and then the titans were defeated and replaced by the gods such as Zeus, Hera, and the rest. So, I mean, technically, people had grievances with those gods also. I guess they have a reason to be kind of afraid that if the change of gods happen, the new gods will gradually lose their humanity and start being deaf to the voices of humans. But they can just, I don't know, put new laws or something. They don't have to act as if Chrysos' heirs were hellbent on destroying the city and its citizens. They are protecting the city. That's why I'm asking where her conclusions are coming from. Garnering my support is equivalent to garnering the support of the entire grove. I'll be the one to shatter Aglaya's self-righteousness.
Aglaya's authoritarianism, conceit, and arrogance have granted her unfettered control for the most part. Yet these traits are also her greatest weakness. If I can render her helpless by forcing her to experience the agonizing pain of betrayal, I am certain she will never recover from such a setback.
Didn't we establish that she doesn't have human emotions?
Surely you don't believe that such a tiny betrayal will be enough to push her to her wit's end.
What's more, there are many who remain silent, merely watching to see how much chaos I can unleash. Not to mention, you know full well that the Chrysos heirs have never been a united front.
In the name of Kefali, Akama thanks you for your sincere and valuable thoughts. At this stage, it's clear that you and I understand the benefits to be won from this discussion. Let me put it plainly. The Council of Elders has always been renowned for its fairness, and that fairness is built on a foundation of sincerity. The Council of Elders has vowed to all citizens of Akaba that it will always remain loyal to them. As for you, my lord, how will you guarantee that you will be able to live up to such earnestness and will not betray Akama's indomitable citizens when the opportunity presents itself? Just as you now betray Aglaya when it suits you.
Didn't you want him to betray her? Also, I don't believe that you actually give a shit about being loyal to the citizens. How absurd, my loyalty is unquestionable.
Surely you jest. My loyalty does not need to be proven. The fact that the Council of Elders is asking for proof of my loyalty is itself akin to a form of betrayal.
I am incredibly honored to have witnessed the both of you bury the hatchet in a civilized manner.
Did they?
However, I am afraid that I must interrupt for a brief moment. As the Theoros, I have observed the following. Lady Aglaya, the Goldweaver, is currently on her way to Dawncloud.
Oh. Well, I do believe that we might have a slight overabundance of guests today.
Feeling dissatisfied, Lady Kindness? Despite the Council of Elders' lofty residence on Dawncloud, it must still tolerate the whims of the Chrysos heirs.
So you were holding back just now. Seems like you are better at playing this game than I. In any case, I'm glad that she's arriving here. So tell me, Anaxagoras, now that you're an ally of mine, if Aglaya were to demand that I hand you over, what should I do?
You can do as she says. Tell her that the Council of Elders merely wished to chat with me and had no intention of offending her. However, by doing so, the authority of the Council of Elders will be as thin as papyrus that has been soaked in blood. Not only can it be destroyed at the slightest touch, but the Council will also lose possession of a valuable core flame. No, more like 2 core flames. After all, at the next Citizens' Assembly, that young lady who is synonymous with death will also be standing on our side.
Why?
Oh? How can you be sure of that?
Is that of importance to you? All you need to know is that I have a plan.
Uh-huh.
In my opinion, you should be more worried about the impending threat.
What is that plan, though?
If Aglaya can seize me in full view of the masses today, she could also dismiss the entire Council of Elders in one fell swoop tomorrow. If that happens, the discussion that we've just had will turn into an utter joke instead. Is this the outcome that you wish to see, Lady Kindness?
Are you trying to make them butt their heads?
Fine. I will handle this matter appropriately.
What does it mean?
But you do best to remember this. Fool the people and karma will be on your tail. I'll overlook it this time, but don't count on there being a next time. Unless, of course, you crave cruel punishment and consider suffering the perfect state to ponder the true nature of souls.
Well, what do you know? That happens to be one of my rare talents.
We shall see, then.
Ah, I've got to say that you've managed to really impress me again. But shouldn't you be going after more?
Dying to know what I'm after, hmm?
I mean, I'm the reason Titan after all. It is in me to ask and seek answers.
Easy there. You'll learn the answers soon enough. I didn't bring it up with her purely because she doesn't have the means to give me what I truly want. It's as they say, onlookers see most clearly.
I just realized that his cape is very, very, very similar to the cape of Al-Haytham. maybe not one-to-one, but the patterns seem familiar at least.
The true masters of Dawncloud have always been the Theoros, who watches over everything.
An expected visitor. Welcome once again. You know, you could actually skip all the pointless debate and come straight to me to seek an audience with Kefali. I have no reason to refuse you, do I?
You may not, but Kindness has. Whoever gets hold of Kefali's core flame will get to rule over Akama.
Lol, does it mean that Finan will become the king?
She's wary of me, so naturally I had to gain her trust. I would say that debate was not at all pointless.
Very true.
In my view, this individual has gone to great lengths to get close to Kefali. He might very well be plotting something nefarious against the Titan.
Uh-huh.
Are you still willing to let him pass, knowing this?
Yes, very much so. All living creations are always free to visit Kefali's transcendent vessel. This comes with being the World-Bearer.
How convenient it is to be able to hear what they say.
It is truly my honor to speak to a venerated Titan in person. Please, go ahead. Let me join you both on this journey. Oh, a bygone myth tells of an occasion where Kefali once answered their followers' questions on the peak of the Holy Mountain. Their followers have since believed that scaling this Titan cliff is one way of being with the god.
Hear that? It's not every day that you get to climb a mountain with Circes. You should sing me a hymn of praise.
Titan hymns are beyond me.
Suspicious butterfly.
Go on ahead. Take this Yanis shortcut, and the long pilgrimage stairway will be waiting for you at its end.
I have to admit, I never expected you to not ask me anything. Not even my motive.
Because I know very well what it is you are after. As the saying goes, a gentleman helps others achieve their goals. I have a feeling that your theory will be validated at the end of this journey. I believe Kefali will not deprive you of your right to ask your question, especially now that you're on the brink of death. You must be closer to Kefali than anyone else. Wouldn't you agree?
I hope things go as you say, then.
Putting a child of justice into a farcical world is bound to turn it upside down. It is my hope that you bring a much-needed change to this world, which is on the brink of destruction.
Do we really trust him to bring the change to this world?
Inventory complete.
Honestly, this is my first time going up to Dawncloud's peak.
What a splendid view. Isn't it about time you recognize the magnificence of us Titans?
Lol.
Well, I don't see how this place is different from those temples in the city. All they have are magnificent facades. And even though I've come this far, I'm still doubtful about getting useful clues from him.
I must be getting ahead of myself to be expecting to hear something nice from you.
Oh? Haven't you been in my head for some time now? It's high time you get used to how I feel about things. All right, we're just a short hike away from Kefali. No time to waste here.
What is happening?
So the intellectual debate from earlier was too draining for you, huh? If Amphorius gets a new lease on life, you should focus on strengthening your body and stop shirking social interactions.
Lol.
Save your concern.
The Titan is in sight. Can you make it?
Why? Are you going to carry me up if I were to fall now? I know how far I can go, so just hold your tongue and come along.
Fine then. I guess I won't say any more. I'll just wait till your soul dissipates completely to gain control over your body.
Lol.
Wait. Is that... Cersei's? Hey, look at that.
Huh? What should I be looking at?
Am I hallucinating? Or do we even get to see souls when we're close to dying?
Oh? Why didn't you bring your favorite spear with you on this trip, Nias?
This is Nikador and Cersei's.
Nias. I know I've heard this name somewhere.
Huh. It's unfortunate. The Black Tide destroyed every last inch of my calyx.
How could that be? Even a creation of Georios, from their prized ores and molten fire, couldn't escape the fate of destruction?
Hey, Cersei's. Do you know a certain Nias?
Nias? No, not that I remember. How did you even think up such a strange name?
I just saw him. Nias. A warrior-like figure who was just chatting with you here.
No, I have no such memory. Could you be hallucinating?
This is a departed spirit?
Well, Professor Anaxa wasn't paying attention, it looks like. Oh, there is a spirit here, someone who doesn't exist. Another one!
Goods received.
You two again.
Enough about me. Did Kaos ever reply to you?
Well, regrettably.
Seems like the price of becoming a demigod is a lot heftier than we thought.
Wait, what? What?
Kaos. Demigod. I've never heard of this person. Which Titan's authority did he inherit?
Nikador!
Look on the bright side, Nias. Since we've come all this way, I doubt he'd snub his old friends, would he?
Let's just hope we mean as much as the world to him.
Hey, are you seeing that same hallucination again?
Yes. It's still you, Anais, but you're now talking about a certain Kaos. I'm guessing he's one of your companions?
Kaos? This name sounds just as strange to me.
Never mind. I think I know what this is about. If things are as I thought, then they aren't hallucinations, but the souls of people.
What? But if those are the souls of the dead, then what am I?
Beats me. For all I know, you're just an illusion I conjured up in my dying moments. Let's just keep going. As long as I take in more sights and hear more stories.
Know your limits. Wander too far among the dead, and even I might not be able to save you.
I'm fine. If this is indeed as I thought, then this will be very amusing.
It kind of implies that the flame chase journey is a recurring theme of Amphorius, and that it's not the first time that it happened. This is a pilgrimage platform dedicated to devout believers, but you Anaxagors never kneel to false gods. Okay. There are ghosts here.
Goods received.
Oopsie.
Inventory complete.
So...
Can you keep going?
Of course. I'm just... If I knew we had to climb a mountain, I wouldn't have come along with you.
I guess this also counts as one aspect of the world-bearing burden. If Amphorius does have a next life, you may want to get your body in shape.
Isn't that exactly what Circe's told Anaxagoras? Also, it really seems to confirm that there is a loop here.
Keep your sarcasm to yourself.
There is a loop here of people saving the world and the world getting destroyed and being saved again.
I'm not getting anything of value from them.
I would sooner throw myself off this cliff and hit rock bottom than exercise even a little. I am Calypso of the Eminent Seven Sages, after all. Training would make me no different from those Helcalithist barbarians.
Calypso?
Calypso? She's one of the Seven Sages. A member of the Grove? No, she can't be. I would know her name if she really were one of the Seven Sages. Hey, Xerxes. Does the name Calypso ring a bell? Xerxes? Daggone. Doesn't matter. I can do this myself. Looks like I'm nearly there now. The land of the dead.
Oh, beautiful old world. Where are you now? Oh, legendary era Chrysia, return to the mortal realm. Splendid gods once walked the paths we walk. Alas, all that's left of that warmth is a hazy mirage.
Why are you chanting that too? We're here, finally. So, I don't get to ask the Titan my question, but all of you make for a pleasant surprise, nonetheless. Very well then. Let me uncover the truth for myself. Did I still fail to make it in time? Huh? So, I'm back here again. I can hear it. I hear it from the depths of the tides, behind the closed doors of the Void World. A voice ready to tell me something. This time, the voice is a lot clearer than before.
This is a memory. There is a Nias.
Since we've come this far, let's just wait.
Lord Nias and Miss Calypso, are you both here to visit Chaos too?
Yes, and we've been waiting for quite some time now.
Regrettably, he hasn't answered us. The worst-case scenario is that he's already been overwhelmed and crushed by the world-bearing burden.
You're overthinking, Lord Nias. I can still sense Chaos' soul in the area.
She has the same butterfly motive as Castoris.
And besides, we both know Chaos' nature. A deliverer like him wouldn't fall so readily, much less give up on all that he holds dear. Isn't that so?
Jesus Christ. It sounds even more and more as the repetition. This is so suspicious.
Yes. I have faith in him.
That reminds me. Why are you making this trip alone, Polixia?
Oh, my sister needs more time to make sure the flowers are fine.
Sister?
Such a pity. Both of you have hearts kinder than anyone else. Yet you are born only to take over Thanatos' divinity.
Again? Also, wasn't Cyrene so strikingly similar to Castoris?
Everything that I see and hear this time has left me shaken to the core. What may seem like a mundane conversation is in truth a once-in-a-lifetime exchange that has revealed the ultimate answer to Cersei's question.
So the Titans are demigods.
The conjecture has taken shape and must now be solidified into a theorem. Next, I only need to seek verification from Kefali. By doing so, I can answer Cersei's question and reclaim my body. But no, I will not do that. That isn't important. Because another one of my conjectures, one that I have always dreamed of proving, has been proved right this very instant. Fusing a mortal soul with that of a Titan to replace said Titan is not a ludicrous idea after all.
I mean, isn't that what the Flame Chase journey is doing? Danhang? Danhang POV? This is so sudden!
What are you thinking about?
Just amazed at how this towering tree is Cersei's divine body. It's a majestic sight.
Is that so? You don't look the slightest bit amazed, though. Plus, you seem to be strangely familiar with the city around the Great Tree.
Merely something from the past that I won't go into.
Events of the past, huh? I was also a child when I looked up at Cersei's. Their leaves and branches reflected the sparkling stars, and their trunk was like a pillar that supported the sky and ground. I stood at this very spot back then, imagining the day when I could climb to the top of this tree, because I would be the closest I can be to the sky at that spot.
You're a sky priest, yet you study at a place that is home to the Risen Titan. That's rather counterintuitive.
Don't read too much into it. I mean, can mortals even hope to reach Aquala's realm? They're a strict and draconian god. Nothing like Cersei's. Reason is willing to share what is theirs with others, but Sky only expects people to revere them. You get what I'm saying, right, Denny? After all, the Titan that imprisoned you and Grey here in Amphorius is none other than Aquila themselves.
Yes, I didn't count on provoking the ire of a local god.
But there will always be people who dream of soaring towards the sky. The Grove has a wealth of research on Aquila, and that is exactly what we are here for. It's just, I never thought Grey would meet with something like that before we set off. As a physician, I should have been there by his side.
Her side. Don't change my gender. Bad luck tends to come in streaks, so don't beat yourself up over it. Besides, Aglaya needs you here to uncover the truth behind what happened to the Grove. Let's just make the most out of this trip and keep a lookout for any documents related to the Death Titan. They could be useful to Talia.
Yeah, there's no rest for the weary, huh? In any case, what we're looking for could be anywhere in this enormous grove. Let's split up to cover more ground. Danny, with your skills, I'm sure those monsters born of the Black Tide will pose no threat to you anyway.
What about you? Will you be alright on your own?
Have you forgotten that you're talking to the chief physician of the Twilight Courtyard? Have more faith in me. I'll be just fine.
The silence in here is near deafening. With the vast amount of knowledge it holds, this academy is akin to a labyrinth of information. Even the cleverest of scholars would easily lose their way in here. I should gather my thoughts before heading in. Also, I just realized that the guy they were talking about, Calypso, Naias, and Polyxia, we're talking about chaos, which is chaos? Sounds suspiciously like chaos. How to live Amphorius. In the myths, Aquila the Titan who reigns over the domain of the skies is a colossal bird that overlooks the world beneath them with 100 eyes. As long as they continue to soar above the clouds, the people of Amphorius will remain trapped on the ground. Hyacinth's forebears were priests who worshipped Aquila. Nobody is more familiar with the taboos of the Sky Titan than her. Seeing how Aglaia has sent her here as a guide, it's possible that she plans to have Hyacinth take on a trial in the future. Amphorius Titans mythology. In Amphorius, Titans are a common topic of discussion. People create myths that in turn conceive Titans. It's a tricky task to keep an objective view when among the people of Amphorius. Is there a way to step out of the situation and look at it from a different perspective? Yes. Apparently, the Titans are bullshit. They were humans once and then became weird creatures with weird bodies. Before, I thought Nias was just an avatar of sorts, and now it turns out that he actually existed and was human once, and was also saving the world and collecting the core flames of the Titans. Titans and Eons. Titans and Eons are two distinct classes of beings. Titans can communicate with us humans, and it is not impossible for us to overpower them. Upon their demise, we can even take over their divinity. In this regard, Titans can be said to be a lot more similar to humans than Eons are. Yeah, exactly! You're onto something, Dunhunk! I believe in you! The Chrysos heirs and demigods. Chrysos heirs are humans who possess heroic qualities, with most of them demonstrating extraordinary combat prowess and strength. Upon clearing a core flame trial, a Chrysos heir can even ascend to a demigod and inherit a Titan's divinity. Wait, something I wrote that feels off. Is this a selection process of some sort? Dunhunk, you are so smart! Keep going! The Flame Chase Journey and the Prophecy. Guided by the prophecy, the heroes are on a quest to reclaim core flames and usher in the Era Nova. Their efforts have seen gratifying results to date. As I expected, the prophecy is the hardest to make any sense of, but with barely any information to go on, no matter how much I ruminate on it, it won't yield any results. I should leave this for another time. Think of something else. I should probably turn my attention to something else. Talia's plight. Nobody could have ever imagined that Talia's life would be forfeited the moment we landed on Amphorius. I should have done more to keep her safe, but it's not too late. We still have a fighting chance. The unique rules that govern life and death on Amphorius might just work in our favor and save her. The Grove is a veritable library of knowledge. Maybe they will have records on a similar case. Please let there be one. Enough musings for now, it's time to move. The clock is ticking, I should search for clues as I move. He's so close! I didn't even think that much of the Titans and why Chrysos heirs can become demigods. I just assumed that it was like Greek mythology or something, like Heracles or whatever. But it turns out it's more complicated and more fucked up and more weird. I would never have thought that it was weird that they could even become the demigods. I never even paid attention that being a Chrysos heir with golden blood and being able to inherit God's divinity was suspicious on its own. I just thought, oh well, this is how the world is constructed, world building. No, it's sus apparently.
I understand.
Anyway, I guess I am finished for today. Because I don't have more time for this. Also, my mind was blown. My mind can't take more. This is so weird. I didn't expect my mind to be blown this way. Like, seriously, I didn't even find anything suspicious in what I was told till now. Because I just assumed it was part of the world building. Like, okay, in their world they can become demigods. They're based on Greek mythology. That's not weird. It is weird. Should have thought harder about this. That there is weird thing going on. Like, since when humans can become demigods just because they have golden blood? And how do they even get born with golden blood? What's the rules around this? Like, I should have thought about this, but I didn't. I just accepted it as a part of rules of Amphorius. Now my brain is dead. It got shot with a lightning. With a lightning of sudden knowledge. I need to find someone to raid. I don't know how much this update has when it comes to hours. Maybe it will take 2 streams or 3 streams to get through the entire update. I am in shock. But I should have known better. I should have known better. Because it's a reflection of the Honkai Impact Third. I should have known better that it's impossible that they just have a normal world. I just assumed they have some kind of samsara cycle, but I didn't suspect it in this way. I was suspecting that the characters were the same and were reliving the timeline. But I should have known better, because in Honkai Impact Third, that's not what happens. Those are not always the same people reliving the timeline. Those are like similar people reliving the timeline and having similar journey or whatever. Like, Himeko in previous era became a Herrscher and died. Himeko in current era tried to stop the Herrscher from destroying the world and died. They were in different positions, but they existed. There were like copies of the people from previous era in current era, but they didn't always have the same role. Sometimes they had the same role though. Like, Kevin and Kiana are interchangeable and they have the same role. Kind of. But also there was Kiana in previous era that destroyed the world. And there was Kiana in current era that saved the world. So you know. In this sense, Kevin didn't have his counterpart in the current era, because in this version of the story, he wasn't Kiana's alternative version. But in another game of Hoyoverse, he was Kiana's alternative version. Kinda like when you play video games and you choose if you play as Meno or a woman. Kinda way. So I should have known better! I should have known better that this is so weird! The moment I saw Polixia, whatever was her name, Polixia? She looked like exactly like Castoris. 1-to-1. And she even had a sister, which is even more sus. Because from what I remembered, Finon's friend was also an elf with pink hair. But with Polixia, she's in the same position as Castor is. Versus Anaias and Mighty, who are in different... Like, they are not exactly the same person. They're two different persons inheriting the same role. And the same goes for Anaxa and Calypso. Anyway, I am done. I need to find someone to raid instead of yapping my face. I'm just so disappointed in myself that I didn't think about this. It was such a huge, mind-blowing bomb thrown at me. I am disappointed in myself that I didn't see that coming. Now I need some time for my brain to rest. It needs to recover from that explosion. Okay, I guess we'll see each other tomorrow. I don't know what I will be playing because we played Spellforce, Horizon Zero Dawn, Honkai, Star Rail, and I tried... Last week was like an exception. We were playing mostly gachas, but I was trying to keep one gacha per week kind of schedule. I don't know what I will be playing tomorrow. I will have to check if there is a game that requires my attention right away, so I wouldn't lose something, you know. And if there isn't any that needs me to play it right now, I'll just pick something, I guess. Anyway, thank you for dropping by and see you tomorrow. On Friday I will try to come back to writing, as last week I skipped on it because I was too focused on catching up with all the gacha. Anyway, thank you and bye bye bye.